Good evening and welcome, everybody. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone, and with me tonight we have.
Pixie playing Cosmo, the Starfallen BPRD consultant.
Jen Giggles playing Hilda, the Kitsune Fiendbinder.
I'm Meg, and I'm playing Norda, the Void Genasi Lunarchist.
Hello, I'm Porthos, playing the Rattling Warden of your heart.
I'm Eco. I'm playing River, the Animist Magi.
Awesome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. This is our third-party Panic game. We are going to play a game of D&D 5e in which all of the players and monsters and characters are pulled from third-party publishers. And if you have any questions about where some of these things come from, we will happily let you know, or you can join our Discord. We have links to the materials and stuff in there. We don't get anything for it. We just sort of want to encourage people to take a look and support third-party creators as they do a really great job of expanding the game and the hobby and adding things to it. So absolutely hope you guys enjoy. Real quick before we jump in, does anybody have any upcoming projects they would like to talk about? Any shows they do? Anything along those lines?
I hear December is going to be a good time to be in Orlando to see a certain Mrs. No?
Yes, it is.
I'm excited.
If you're in Orlando in November or December or the first week in January, come down to the Gaylord Palms. It's an absolutely wonderful time for Christmas. They're doing your good man Charlie Brown ice stuff, which is
cool.
awesome. Yeah. And I think I can say this. I don't think it's like Disney, but I'm going to be playing Mrs. Claus again, in the Mrs. Claus Christmas tradition show. It's a cute little. It's a really fun time. It's a very, the whole event is very heartwarming and lovely. So highly recommend it.
Yeah.
I got a job, a new one.
Yay!
Hey, congratulations. What are you up to?
I got that Disney technician job, so now
Nice.
I don't have to talk to customers anymore. It's so great.
That is good. That is always good.
Those are the days.
Honestly, can't wait.
And I just dropped the penultimate episode for Vigilantes Union Local 13. It came out yesterday. Final episode of Run 1. So our first 10 issues for the superhero game will be out on YouTube at the Transverse.
Very cool. Very, very cool. If you're in the Orlando area next week, Wednesday night, August the 2nd, at Mannequins in Sanford, I will be performing a stand-up set. I got a 10-minute slot, so come on by, check it out, have a good time, hang out with some funny people.
Come and do it. His stand-up is fucking awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, anything else?
And I will actually be streaming on Saturday.
What the hell is your handle? Does it have an underscore or not? I was
No,
waiting.
it's just Eco Geeko.
Good. I was waiting to call because I accidentally shouted out Transverse wrong and I put an underscore and I was like, fuck. So I didn't want to just spam the chat with wrong things. Good.
Yeah, I got my internet. I'm working on getting my stream set up, so the plan is to stream tomorrow.
Very
I'm super
excited.
Heck yeah.
Very excited. That's what I
Okay.
got.
Sounds good. If you guys are ready, let's.
We're not, but let's go anyway.
Let's
No,
dive
they're
into
just
it.
going to the bar. They get to have a chill evening. I may die. It's fine.
You need to come and tell us.
If I can get out. I saw into the soul of that monkey. The hive mind wants to end me. I'm very scared right now.
So our adventure takes place in the city of Decatopolis on the planet of Oltensia. It is here that infinity, a aether-born magical energy, pours forth from the city, breaking bits of reality. And our heroes have been venturing throughout Decatopolis in order to find a cure for a baleful infection spreading, an intelligent corruption that conquers the minds and bodies of those it hits. Um, the monkey business that they are referring to came into play at the end of last session, where Cosmo, our dream agent, was walking past their section for fortune telling for future discerning, and she was alerted to the practice of they had a room of 1,000 monkeys with 1,000 typewriters, and very uncharacteristically they had all stopped and were simply watching one monkey type. She had poked her head in, and they were a bit
They were
welcoming.
fucking terrifying. Don't downplay this shit. They traumatized me as a player.
There you go. So after, so you did make it out, and you had heard, you had gotten a follow up with Leonard, and we're gonna pick up actually, I think 2 days later, because you guys have, some of you had injuries and you've recently leveled up. So a couple of days of rest and refocusing are absolutely called for at a time like this. You had just survived a brush with a deadly outer monster, outer tentacle creature that had turned its eye through the infinite space towards Ultensia and is slowly drifting through the vastness in this direction. So you guys have some precognition. You have monkeys. You have library books, I think, to deal with, and Cthulhu monster and Bale Bapperpin. So you guys have quite the lineup of things to do. Go ahead.
Finish your intro and then I'll ask my question.
Intro done.
Great. Did I find out what... Because his last line to me was, all the precogs are agreeing. Did we fucking find out what they were agreeing on or what any of them were saying?
You have not. I will say that for now. I can tell you in a few minutes, because I actually have to stand up and go find my notes where those are written. So I'm going to let you guys...
Incredible.
We're at the bar, baby.
There you go.
All right.
You're going to do great. I trust you, kids. Be safe. Don't blow up the stream while I'm gone.
Hijack the stream. Go, go, go. Oh my god. Is that... We're just going to talk about that photo. We're going to talk about that.
This is Porthos and
Ross
his 2
observer
days off.
Berry.
Hola.
Oh.
Tequila.
Oh no, tiny rat mariachi band.
No.
Anyway,
Porthos after a night out.
yeah,
Porthos has been enjoying his 2 days off.
clearly.
He's regressed.
Amazing. Fantastic.
Oh my god.
Terrific. Groovy. And all day long, huh. And the huh is the most important part.
This is true. So, what are we thinking we want to do? Do we want to handle the strange monkeys, or maybe we go deal with... I don't even really know what we can do to prep with for the tentacle monster.
Well, perhaps if there are other cultists who weren't in that first explosion, who we did not deal with, we could check the city and see if there's more of them somewhere, or other texts that might tell us more, because perhaps if we could prepare better and open that gate ourselves again and end it before it reaches us, it may be the safest course of action. But again, we may not be able to do that. We may just have to sit in doomsday panic for a very long time, or like a week, depending on Hortensia.
Damn. I don't know how
You
I
know.
feel about just waiting, but
I know you don't.
Hilda's only half paying attention. She's flipping through the perfect accounting of infinity at the end of time.
She's about to go absolutely batshit insane. All right, cool.
She already was.
There,
You just
that's
didn't
just
realize it.
amazing. Love to see it. Love it.
She's basically trying to figure out two things. The first is when the other being, outer planar existence being, will arrive in Altensia, and two, if she ever makes it home.
Okay.
I've named my sword, in case you were curious. I've named the sword.
Jimmy.
It's now known as BG.
Four.
As he's singing falsetto about staying alive.
Staying
my
alive.
God.
Because it's always beating hard, so it's staying
Oh
alive.
my god. I hate that I
Yeah.
didn't understand your reference.
But
for
then
a
now
hot
you do.
second.
Because it's always doing CPR on itself. And me. Just saying.
There you
You
go.
can tell by the way I use my walk.
My sword. I'm a woman's man. No time to duck.
You better say I'm a woman's rat, or I will end you.
A woman's rat.
There you go.
Woman's right.
Yeah. Nope. It just fit. It scans. If it scans, you gotta. Anyway. Yes. And Cosmo only popped out of her book because a direct question was asked, and she too. Otherwise, she and Hilda are just the most detached, research-heavy book club in the world. No one else necessarily wants to read the books they're reading, but like we're very like. You see this page?
Have we turned in anything for money yet? Like gold?
No, we did not.
I just thought I would ask.
Yeah. Because one of the reasons I went back to check, I was trying to see if there was anything to help scan the books that we have and copy the books that we have. No, the agency did not have anything, I believe you said, so we'd have to. Yeah, that's it.
So the agency, you weren't able in those 2 days to get those books copied over, so we could do that.
I don't know. Was I?
That's what I was aiming for.
Which books were you attempting to
the books
copy?
that we are going to actually give him, the oh shit, the Infernal Contracts for Demons, the Liberum Inferdano, something about angels, my handwriting sucked, bestiary book, demon book, that shit, those things, those were all, we were going to try to give them to him, but we wanted to like copy them and like, or at least get spark notes taken on them, so like we know what is up, because again, that feels risky to have sent us there for just demons for dummies.
I mean, the Librum on insubstantial species throughout the Great Wheel was the one in the book that in the room that became the black hole.
Yeah, and I'm not giving him the grimoire.
But we're keeping the grimoire
Yeah.
and the vacuum book, right? Those
The
are the
vacuum book.
I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's either that or it's going to be Douglas Adams and Stephen Hawking's message to each other that we all just got into the middle of.
I
And that does
approve.
sound like a
That's it.
Douglas
That's
Adams
exactly
book,
what
does
it
it not?
is. Yes, it does. That does sound like a Douglas Adams book. Oh God! If Terry Pratchett were still alive, he'd be foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, truly.
God. Bad Omens, the sequel.
So, then I would say let's turn in the books if we're able to copy those over, right?
Also, if not, we did kind of get like a core concept idea of.
I think we were told that those books there was already copies of. Right?
Oh no,
Was
no,
a
that there were
thing?
already demons, and so it's not like he's trying to summon demons because
okay,
they already
okay.
exist. That he may have just been going for a more specific clientele. But again,
Yeah, it was
if
we
not,
just thought it was Sasibaka, but it's not actually Sasibaka.
I mean, I own a copy of the demon book.
yeah. So you've got that. And the bestiary we had a copy of, and the real one.
And
So
double
like we could
contracts
keep
are
exactly,
like hiring a lawyer here in the city, so you know.
exactly.
And I think I don't know if you mentioned the two copies of the same book.
Yeah,
One's real, one's
yes,
not.
the one.
Okay,
Yeah, and so
okay.
like, So we can keep either one. We can keep the real or the fake bestiaria. I'm good either way. I think we'll probably get more money for the real one if he knows, but the information in the fake one will still give us the information that was in the real one. So like I'm not looking to keep the books themselves, just the information that is in them.
Well,
Well,
except
that
your
was going to
best friend
be
book.
my question. We're going to separate these into artifact books, non-artifact books. Okay. So the grimoire, the perfect accounting of infinity, and the book on insubstantial throughout the Great Wheel, those we're counting as artifact books. Okay. All the rest of them, even the double copy of leather-bound monsters for dummies, is
It just makes it sound like a BDSM handbook. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. Like, I just leather-bound monsters for dummies. Like, that just sounds. Anyway, sorry.
I think you're telling on yourself. I don't really.
I mean, Hilda published
Also-
one of those a few years ago.
It can't be an original copy because there's supposed to be a leather bound that opens up and then you get a ball and chain. You know what I'm talking about? A little ball gag on the inside of it. Anyways, we can move on now, Cody. What are we looking?
Sounds good. So.
As a note,
Yes.
in the Perfect Accounting and the Book of Infectious Personalities, which I possess, were
Mhm.
not on the list of books he wanted.
Correct.
Correct.
Yep. So you can make copies of the information that is within the books within 2 days. You cannot make replicas of any of the books.
Don't need replicas.
Within that.
Happy to give him the real books. Just
Great.
wanted to make sure if for some reason some weird demon shit starts happening in the city right after he sells it, I want us to be able to cross-reference what we know. Be like, fuck, here was this weird loophole in this one book. That's why it was sold. You know, that's all.
Okay.
So are we copying them down word for word, or are we doing abstracts of them?
If we're able to copy the information word for word, that will be more helpful, just in case. But if we can only do abstracts, that's fine.
You technology exists enough for you to get word for word
Like
copy.
a Xerox, please.
Okay.
There's never been a Xerox brand here, but sure. I kid.
Really?
Yes.
That's why it gets.
Got him.
I quit this game.
There is
Yeah.
someone's butt cheeks halfway through the middle of it though.
But he moved.
He moved.
So yeah. So it looks like he has two. So you guys do have that. You said you were reading through certain books. What is everybody? You guys are at the bar. Is everybody reading, or is good to know?
We're
Just-
the two
just the
weirdos.
two
It's
of you?
fine. It's just
two-
it's always Hilda and Cosmo.
Okay, that sounds good.
River cries in a corner.
Oh,
You guys
She's
didn't
fine.
invite River to the reading party.
we didn't
He's
invite
like,
each
"I
other
like
either. We
books."
both just showed up with a book. This is just us. Like,
Okay.
We were waiting for you to invite River to the book reading club now.
I just said it wasn't an invite situation. Did she bring a book? Does she want to open it and sit with us? Cool.
There are spare books on the table.
Would you like one?
All right, well let's sell the books. That's
Yeah.
what.
Most
Let's go turn those in. That's where Porthos wants to go first.
I don't like feeling like everything I'm saying tonight is wrong, so I'm gonna shut the fuck up, okay?
You're good. Everybody's just playing with you. Everything's okay. So yeah, you guys can prep to sell the books. You have had some time to look over certain ones. From what I understand, Cosmo is focused on the grimoire, and Hilda is focused on perfect accounting of infinity at the end of time. Right? Great. I would like, let's start with Hilda. I need you to make a say intelligence saving throw.
That's a 23.
23. Okay, great. Um, you've been reading the book on and off for the past 2 days, and you've noticed a few things about the book. And I am going to ask you guys to take notes of this. It is important. Um, one of the things that it does one of two things essentially, from what you have, um, from what you've seen. If when you start looking for specific information, or when you start looking um, too deep or too far ahead, it begins repeating to you the initial prophecy that it had listed. Okay. As a reminder, that is 5 fingers deep, the slick slide and dripping dive. For the first often begins the most unlucky. The most unlucky three. But save your whales for the blessed be. 7 signed, 7 sealed, 7 forsworn.
Will you repeat that one more time, please?
Absolutely. Absolutely. 5 fingers deep. The slick slide and dripping dive. For the first of 10 begins the most unlucky three. But save your whales for the blessed be. 7 signed, 7 sealed, 7 forsworn.
And again, because I'm horrible at writing things with notes.
Could we potentially just get this in the group chat? Just
Yeah, please. If Cody knows it, can you
Sure.
or take a photo of it?
Got it. But the rest of it is usually it is accountings of things that are happening immediately around you, as though life was being narrated to you. It has become such a pervasive portion of your life that, like Stranger Than Fiction, you are hearing the narrator's voice, and it responds occasionally when you talk to it.
You're
As
muted.
I said this is what Parker suffers from. Interesting.
as for the grimoire, the grimoire is a intelligent entity. It has it speaks usually in a voice of and what I mean by speaks is written documentation, right, in very distinct voices. And Cosmo, I would like you can make me an Arcana check or an intelligence saving throw. I'll take either one.
That's a natural 20 on Arcana, sir.
Sounds
For
good.
For a 28.
Okay. So with the 28, there is a very specific type of dead world magic that is often attributed and named to a very specific individual. And what you realize is a couple of things. One, most of the spells within this book are living spells. In fact, all of them are. And it is a copy of every spell. What essentially it is a book accounting the true name, the real name of spells. And in doing so, has held their consciousness in within it. You have done your research on the natural 20. I will tell you 100%. Anyone can learn any spell out of this book. But when you do, you are removing the spell from the book and cramming within your mind the consciousness of that spell. And when you speak it, it ceases to exist.
Thanks,
If
Rincewind.
if you fail, um, you will the spell will become you. You will be consumed by the spell because it is its own living consciousness. Every spell learned and cast from here is perfect. And none of them, you can pick any spell out of any book. But here's the rule: none of them can have the name, none of them can have the name that it is called in that book. It must have the most audacious verbalization of a spell's name possible. And if I deem it too simple, then the spell hits you.
So if it's fireball and I'm trying to cast fireball, I would have to say flaming vortex orb of doom and incineration or
We're
some
not
shit.
speaking. Listen, we're not speaking about basic fireballs here. We're talking about Pyrus, the originator's beating heart, flaming throughout the corridors that doth erupt into the inferno that birthed reality.
Okay.
It's a Shakespearean fireball, ma'am.
Yeah.
I thought I was doing that. I'm sorry, I'm not pretentious enough, apparently. Good fucking
was-
God.
That's
Yours
not
was-
Shakespeare. That's fucking Lord Byron. Thank you very much.
Yours is great. Honestly, you are
Chaucer it up,
100%.
baby.
You're 100% on the right path. But yes, that is what it is. This is both mechanically and meta important. Two things. Everybody, um, does anybody know what reference this is in regards to? Cool. So everything I've described is Vancian magic, named for Jack Vance, a science fiction writer whose series The Dying Earth is the basis of spellcasting in Dungeons and Dragons. And what I have just described to you, magic being living entities that are sort of crammed into your brain, these huge, ridiculous names, that is Dying Earth. That is Vancian magic. So it's a great meta reference. It talks about the origins of D&D magic, and we're going to bring that in. But in another way, it allows us from third-party content, from books that we're not playing characters from, to go seek out magic spells and have the opportunity to use them as sort of these one-shot deals.
That's very cool.
It is very cool. However, Cosmo has an ethical question.
Okay.
As a star whose consciousness was regularly used against their will, do the spells agree to be trapped in this fucking book?
So
Because the way she sees that, if it is a consciousness and a whatever, her goal would then be to cast every single spell and free them back into the universe if they are stuck in this book.
So let me walk you through it, because you did get a natural 20. Okay. Without this book, they would have no consciousness.
Okay.
Without this book, their existence would have been torn off of them a little tab at a time. The idea is that every time one of these spells has been cast, it has diminished it. And only by preserving its true name, which would have been lost to time long ago, do these spells still exist. In essence, they do want to be cast, but each spell has its own personality and is different. Some of them want to be cast because that is their purpose. some of the more, let's say, dangerous, higher level, vicious ones may want you to attempt to cast it so that it can conquer you. They are not a monolith. They operate on their own terms. But the most common spells that do not have a wizard's name associated with them, right? Melf's acid arrow is there in theory, according to this lore, because Melf conquered the spell of the acid arrow. Okay.
All right.
So
Cool. So again, because that would have been a massive ethical question for her of is my new quest now freeing all of these fucking spells from their page prison? So helpful because stars, that's a whole thing with them. So thank you, helpful. So terrifying, Sway. But also, are there, moving forward as I go, checks I can make to determine the personality and vibe of the spells that are there?
Yes. So that is going to be like when you have to learn the spells in downtime.
Yes,
right.
But you said they
and
do have some that just appear every day that I could just kind of use.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like if I'm like, hey, here's the 3 spells that are available to me today, may I check their vibe? May I vibe check these 3 that appeared on the page today?
So those are lesser spells. Those are
so
spells
those don't have
that
personalities.
those do not have personalities.
Right.
They do not have special names.
Cool, thank you.
Right. But what I will say is if everyday fireball appears and you cast it every day and then you go to cast the true fireball, right? And you say the big long word, it may be annoyed with you for having
picked at it.
Yeah, basically picked at the scab.
Okay.
But a single use of a spell is insignificant in the grand scheme of things. Okay.
Cool. No anxiety at all about this book. None whatsoever.
You guys wanted to go to the library. This is not your common library experience.
You see what books get you.
I kid. Reading is important, kids.
Just pick up a sword and shield. You'll be all right.
I have less hit points than anyone here by a lot. You really want me in melee range regularly? I already shoot people and it does not help me. So, like, I'm looking for anything that keeps me alive at this fucking point.
No, that's very powerful stuff. Me and BG, we respect it. Sword's name's actually BG. We're sticking through it the whole campaign. You better kill me, Cody. That's how it's going.
I don't understand why I would kill you. This is brilliant, and I will hear nothing else.
That's what I like. Thank you for respecting me and BG.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we sell the other books. How much did we get from that? Well, we give them.
You guys have
the prize was we keep what he wasn't paying us extra. It was you keep whatever you get from the library.
That's right. We're turning them in though.
Yes.
So. Okay.
However, I would like to try to, once we get there, I would like to try to have a word with Safarian. Because he gave us the emblem tokens. They were super, super helpful. You
guys haven't used them.
One person has. I think one person has used theirs. Well, it's good to know we have them. We still have them, access to them. So they will be super helpful in the future. Time is weird here. I'm assuming in some future timeline we have used them. And they saved us.
That's very possible.
But, are we going there now? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's where Porthos wants to go.
Excellent.
Gotta knock the easy stuff off the list. Gradually get harder as we go down it.
Well, I'm about to make this one of the hard things. She has the stack of, at least the stack of books from the black hole. She has those ones. Darling, I hate to break it to you, but I believe the price for these just went up. And she explains how the library is destroyed now and no one can go back for more. Making them a limited resource, and no one else can now follow and do this job for him. We were literally the only people who could do it, and no one else can now.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
Mm-hmm. Ugh. Fuck is my persuasion? I have too many pages. Oh, not bad. Okay. 18.
Okay. Safarian sort of ripples down his spine, and it is the very curved like nature um, of his Yuan-Ti heritage. You can see sort of the scales bristling up along his shoulders that have kind of creeped through the skin, and well, Cosmo, I do hate to be a stickler here, but you did make a deal. I would hate to believe that you were going to back out of it.
Not planning on backing out, renegotiating. All I want is information.
Oh. All right. Let's see what you have. And if it is everything I've asked for, then you have more than earned yourself some information.
Well, as I mentioned, we got interrupted, so we couldn't get everything, but we got a fair few of them.
Well,
Which does present the things that they are choosing to turn in.
okay. He goes through them. He is pleased. You guys can tell he is happy to see them. He's not like overly ecstatic. It's not like it's not quite Christmas morning,
Yeah.
but it's a good birthday.
But I
You
believe
know what I mean?
I believe since Hilda's was not on the list, the only one that we're missing, quote unquote, is the grimoire, correct? That we're not handing him in. So like he's got 6 of the 7 that he asked for.
Yeah.
Still not bad. And now knowing also the true nature of this book, I'm so fucking glad we're not just giving it up. That feels like a mistake. Yeah. But yeah.
So he does get to the end of it and looks through them. Ah, 6 out of 7, but unfortunately the most valued. Still lost to time or space, I suppose.
A lot of things were. That's why I would like to trade for some information if you've got it.
Well, I have some, and there's no telling which is important. So, what questions do you have?
What do you know about the cult of the Peerless Eye?
Let's
Gaze. Cult of the Peerless Gaze. Let's pretend I said it right the first fucking time.
Cult of the Peerless Gaze are mostly more, how would you say, thugs and reprobates. They attract very specific people, but their leadership is sophisticated.
Sophisticated enough to destroy your entire library.
Well, it was never mine, to be clear, but a valuable library, nonetheless.
We're trying to stop them from doing it again by hopefully finishing what we couldn't do earlier, which was dealing with the monstrosity god they tried to bring here.
That's usually what cults do.
Yeah. Not a fan. There's a lot of knowledge in there both of us would have liked to recover, I'm sure. That we can't now.
Absolutely.
So, if there's anything you might know about artifacts, items, books they may be dealing in, things we could find to try to stopper them at their neck before they do this again.
They tend to specialize in binding magics and summoning circles. You've pretty much seen their ultimate goal, so I'd say anything along those lines. I'll keep my ears to the ground, as it were.
Appreciate it. In any case, I'm sorry we couldn't get more. There was a lot of good there. I would have liked to go back. But let us know if you've got other jobs for us in the future. It's entertaining at the very least.
Well, I aim to please.
Is this a general like what type of shop does he run again?
He's a curio shop. So
Curio
yeah,
shop,
we went
okay.
there looking for like stuff to help us through the bail, which is when he gave us those emblems. So yeah,
Okay, I was just making sure I wasn't in like a, I don't know. I'm looking for an armor smith here after we're done.
valid. Yep. So yeah, that was it.
Yeah, so he does have some things if you guys are looking for stuff. But yeah.
I'm looking for plate, so we're gonna upgrade the plate today. So that's what Porthos is looking to do.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't you take a quick look around. He doesn't have anything plate. He does have a couple of breastplates, but that's not what you're looking for.
Nah, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay. I would say in the 2 days that's probably what Porthos would have done because he has to get his fitted to himself because he's a little small. So if that's okay with you, Cody, I would just upgrade to regular plate armor.
Roll me a roll me a history check or roll me a percentile.
$41.
41.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have any history, so.
Yeah, no. That's why I gave
Oh
you.
god, sorry. I forgot that the second option was percentile, and I went, how did you get a 41?
So no, you did not have the opportunity to have your plate fitted to you, but in the course of the 2 days, you were searching for armors that would deal with your specific anatomy. The quasi monstrous anatomy you have found. I'm gonna say 2 of them. You can visit them today. They are blah 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 blah. Let's see. Heirlooms and characters. Heirlooms, Heirlooms defensive forces, and characters marvelous armor and shields.
Uh, let's go with the second guy. I like the word marvelous. That sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, that absolutely. Is that where you are? You guys done here at Safarians? Is that where you guys are headed?
I'm done.
Okay,
Yeah.
A resounding yes.
sounds good. You guys make your way to Garricta's. It is in a lower portion of the town, physically, just sort of down a hill, down some stairs, down a large sort of set of twisting, winding paths, and in a section of the town called the Breach, and it's about 4 blocks wide, streets running through it, right? And it is the narrowest point at which Hightown, or the High Heavens, and the portion of the demonic devilish hells, this is the closest they come to overlapping. And so it is very much a melting pot. There are angels and demons sort of everywhere. It's also a place where tensions run high. It is filled with churches and even little stalls, all showing holy relics and bits of positive or negative energy, and there is very much this sort of uneasy peace that that lives here. It is a palpable tension for sure, but it is also importantly not um, not uncommon. Both the Celestials and the Fiends of this area have been here a long time. In fact, you can tell the ones that are new because those are the ones that see each other and sort of freak out, kind of power up and like are like ready to fight. And the other and like the other Solars are like, just sit down, sit down. Don't have time for that. Playing mahjong.
It's
Stop
not
it.
here. It's not here.
Right.
You've got one of Beelzebub's spawn playing with one of the angels, and they are playing mahjong together on the right on that little passageway where they can both do it in peace.
Yeah. Yeah. They're definitely the mahjong buddies that are right there.
Like bad omens.
Yeah. Yeah. So you make your way into Garrick's, and you are greeted by this male tiefling, clearly an adventurer. You guess a fighter. He's a little broader, especially for a tiefling, right? They tend to be lithe. This guy looks like he is a smith in and of himself. It's got the smells of the oils of a tannery, right? And sort of the wood shavings. And he's a big dude. His horns are very ram-like, kind of curl back around his head. He has a deep burnt red kind of color to him. And when you come in, there is a instead of like a little bell over the door, there's like a very mini hammer that sort of dink, and when it falls, it king 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 against a tiny anvil, and then when you close it, the anvil sort of pops, ding 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 ding. Character sort of looks over. Oh, hello there. What do we have here? Come in.
Oh,
Come in.
hello, friend. Good to see you again.
Ah, pleasure as always.
Yes, I was just stopping by. We were kind of in between and seeing if how's the armor coming along. Or is this
So
the first time I'm walking in?
he hasn't measured you.
Oh,
You
okay.
didn't
So
have the chance. This is the
now it's
first
time for the thing. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
Cool. I'm here to be for measurements and you know.
Right. We'll get you sorted out in just a moment. You were looking for full plate.
Yes.
We discussed any enchantments in your missive.
Nothing at the moment. I'm a little light on coin for enchants, but
I do understand. All right. Give me a few minutes. I'll be right back. His shop is nice. As you guys are in here, kind of taking a look around, what are you up to as he is in the back? You can hear him sort of going through boxes and tossing things around. He's looking for whatever tape measure he uses to measure and fit people. Okay.
not a single one of y'all is curious.
That's
Well,
fine.
he's just an
don't-
armor and shield place.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
don't need armor or weapons, so yeah.
I was gonna say
Norda's
Norda's just
looking at stuff.
she's fine.
Norda's along for the ride. This is
Norda is her own armor and weapons.
End of story.
Okay. Yeah, he comes back. He has this sort of molding foam that he goes through the process of fitting to you, and yeah, it takes a little bit of time, but nothing terribly long or arduous. You place the order, and he works pretty quick. So in a day or so, it should be up and ready for you to come by and grab. Um, do you have him fit you for a helmet?
Um,
With little ear holes.
I don't know because they don't really wear helmet. Yeah, we'll get a helmet.
It was the
Okay.
visual. It was me and Eco doing the ears, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, we'll get the helmet.
Okay. Yeah. So he puts that in. He gets the measuring for the helmet. It is a little annoying. It's up on your snout and your nose and around the corners, and definitely hitting the whiskers, which are very sensory for you.
That
So
helmet's
walk me
gonna be
through.
kept in the satchel, and then whenever I actually am going into battle, helmet then goes on the head.
Yeah. When he's done, it'll fit well. It was just the process of having to like get it on there. You know what
Yeah,
I
for
mean?
sure.
Um, while that's happening, that's going to take a little bit of time. Is there anything that the other four of you would like to do in the breach?
Is this where? Nope. Nope.
Okay, sounds good. Well, you
Yes,
guys
yes,
spent.
This is-
yes, yes. I just realized. Yes. My whole fucking job. I need to check some of the shops around here for like holy items and see if any of them are actual relics that I should buy and take back to the agency. Cause like talismans or whatever, like they just kind of get sold. But like if any of them are like legitimate, oh, this is a thing that we should have. This is a historical something that's shouldn't just be out here on the tables. Can I like just go do a scan for real relics as opposed to just holy water in talismans?
Yeah, absolutely.
Boots?
Go ahead and
Thank you.
make make an investigation
Can
check.
I do like a because it's my religious organization with my specialty? Can I do like a something for that? Advantage
Yeah,
or bonus?
you can do advantage.
Thank
Yeah,
you very
absolutely.
much. For a perception check, you said,
Mm-hmm.
or investigation? You said investigation. Sorry.
Investigation.
Investigation. Much worse, but it's okay. Oh, 12 plus 5, 17.
17.
Do,
Okay.
do, do.
Yes. So you do find there is one particular sort of cart stall that looks to have more uh I will say more authentic and accurate pieces. There's an older, well, you don't know what they are, but you see them sort of uh, wheelbarrow wagon style, kind of lifting and carrying it from the back, hunched over, or sort of a older sort of person, um, deep hood, monk-like robe that covers the face entirely and absolutely leaves much to the imagination. It sort of is this dark, nebulous person that is moving along. And so, one of the items that you do find is it's a mace. It's like a warhammer, very much a
Like the Morning Star?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, very much clerical weapon. You can tell that it is older, accurate, absolutely of not of Ultensia, definitely of a different realm. You can tell that there is a magical energy that does sort of drift off of it. The specifics as to which deity it is, I'd need you to make a religion check.
I will do so. And I will do so with a natural 19 plus 8. So, 19.
27.
Thank you. Yep. I was trying to do the
Yeah.
10 and minus 2. Thank you. So, 27 in religion.
27. Yeah. Absolutely. So this is a relic of the deity Samsuma,
Okay.
and it is they were a god of protection and sort of defense, known, you don't remember exactly which world it is, very very local to their specific deity. The noble nature of Samsuma was, when the city states that he protected, when they were destroyed, much of the deity morphed into a god of vengeance and retribution. But it is said that what remained of that noble nature was carried on by the lone priest of Samsuma, and it is this relic that title and nature have sort of been passed
Okay.
down and through. Um, an unimportant relic, a relic that has historical value, probably not the most powerful relic, especially
Mm-hmm.
since none of you are clerics
Mm-hmm.
and none of you worship Samsuma. But if you did or you wanted to, it would be much more, I guess, useful
Okay.
or yeah.
Okay. Um, it says in the handbook for this, it says, note from personnel: any relics, rituals, or items with magical properties found during case files must be registered with form 3442B. Prior to this, you must seek approval from your supervisor for field use. The fact that it does work into this handbook finding new relics on that, which is why I was like, oh shit, I broke one of
Yeah.
them last time. I should try and replace some things.
You
How
did.
much is it?
So you go over to the guy and go ahead, you can ask him.
Sir, this mace of Samsuna. How much is it?
No others like it, just the one. Then he sort of lifts his head,
Is he the lone
and
priest?
turns to you. You can't see underneath the
Okay.
robe, and everything else he does have other artifacts. None of them are from the same religion or from the same world. You rolled well enough to absolutely know that, off the top of your head. Even though you can't see under the hood, it just sort of is dark and empty. He does very much feel like he is, looking through you, looking at you, and he kind of turns the robe down. For one of a kind piece to one of a kind person, only one bit would be appropriate.
Can I roll an insight check if he's trying to say I'm not the one or I should grab it or whatever? Because I do
Sure.
not know. Like,
Yeah.
Okay. 13 plus something. My insight is fine. 13 plus 7, so 20.
It's difficult to read. You can't see him, obviously. But he seems to be genuine and sincere in that he will sell you this relic for 1 bit.
I'm very nervous that my good rolls are happening now during not combat things. I feel like this is gonna come back to bite me in like an hour, but it's fine. Okay. She goes to touch it for a minute, just kind of runs her hand along the thing, and then steps away. Says, I'm sure the right person is still out there for it then. I'm not certain my line of work would align with this particular piece. And she turns to leave.
Yeah, he just kind of gives you a little grunt and continues pushing his cart.
She is very
What-
concerned that something like that is such like this small, intimate piece of whatever, would just get used like these other ones have been used. And she does actually take those religious things seriously. So,
Were we around to see that, or was that private?
if you wanted to, yeah, I just went wandering,
Okay.
so you could have been, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Is there anything else, Hilda, River, Nora? Anything you guys would like to do or have witnessed? If not, that is okay. I just want to give you the chance.
If
Hilda has been scratching in a notebook. You're not
Mhm.
sure, like crossing things out, rewriting things. You've never seen her write like this, but she is not paying as much attention to everyone else as she typically would.
She's run into several walls. Uh,
I'm like in my underwear getting fitted for this thing. And I'm like, Hilda, are you drawing me like one of your French girls?
She just looks up when you say her name, utterly, totally confused by the fact that you're currently mostly naked.
Take it in, it's okay.
You look like the wrong kind of snack.
Yes, I know. Very
Not
buff, though.
that
Very
snack.
buff. Very buff. I'm gonna be real with you. He's got a +5 in con and a +4 in strength. That is the buffest rat you guys have ever seen in your
that's
life.
the test subject rat from Ratatouille. It's like
Truly
the
is.
tag in his ear.
No. Hilda's, the look on Hilda's face is like, you could feed my family for 2 days.
Truly.
I don't know how you want to take the look of, you should be chopped up and served on a platter. That's up to you.
Flattery comes in all forms. Don't worry, Hilda.
I know we talked about it at some point, but I wanted to. Would there be a way for me to find some way to make my weapon a +1 weapon?
Yeah, you can check around. I mean, there are lots of dealers in the town that do very different things. So yeah, if that's something you would like to do, go for it.
Don't know if I can afford it, but I would like to look for it.
Okay. Yeah. Make an investigation check.
Okay. Nat 20.
Nice. Like, yeah.
Okay. Absolutely. Yeah. Let's see here.
The 22 for reference.
22. Okay. You yes, you 100% do. On a natural 20, you find I'll let you take a pick.
Okay.
There is a you want to stick with a crossbow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It kind of just goes with my staff.
Yeah, absolutely, no problem. So there are you actually find a weapon that peels off of vigor, which is a stat that is exclusive to you. It is the vigor shooter. Instead of it being a pistol, it would be a crossbow. The size and weight of which is up to you. Some special things about it is that it is armor piercing, deals force damage, and does not run out. You don't have to carry ammo. It generates its own ammo for it. Any spell that requires a ranged attack can be fired from the weapon as well. So you would use the crossbow's range as the range for the spell if it had a ranged spell attack already. So you can't be like a touch or a melee spell suddenly shot. But anything else that was shot and you were like, oh, I have to spend more vessel to like extend its range, you can use the crossbow's range.
Okay. How much does that cost?
So that is going to be 1,600 bits.
Okay.
How much is a bit related to gold? Is that the same thing?
Yeah.
Equivalent. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So
No conversion
Thank
charts
you.
here. Nice and simple.
Do you need help getting it? Cosmo will
yeah,
pitch in
I
the
don't
extra.
have enough.
Cosmo will pitch in the extra. Because we each got 1,000 for that one job, and then we had 500 starting the party fund. She has not spent any. She didn't pay for any of the healing potions that were that time, so she has stuff so she can help.
Oh wait, shit. So wait, so we had 1,000.
We had 1,000.
We start. Okay.
Yeah.
Cody, are we doing 500 just like a handbook for plate?
1,500.
Is it 1,500 for plate?
Yeah.
Oh, then never mind. We shouldn't be here. I don't have 1,500. I have 500.
No.
I have
Okay. So
670.
if we had 1,000 and then we got 500, right?
500 is in the party fund.
That's the party fund. Okay.
That's
So we had
that's-
1,000.
We each have 1,000, unless we spent money on like the potions or the whatever. I did not.
Right.
So.
I did not either. And
Yeah.
then we got 300 from chat that one day.
For
Does
the
this guy offer a
From the
payment plan?
bits.
yes, but it helped us. It helped
Oh,
us
no.
pay for the other thing. Yeah.
I know. I'm just making sure I had all the money correct in
Yes.
my paper that I have.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so then I still have 1,000, so I would need 6.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
She doesn't. Listen, she's not the kind of religious where she took a vow of poverty, but she also currently doesn't have anything to spend money on, so it's fine. Like, cool. Anyone else need
Yeah.
anything? Like,
I mean, Hilda will give Porthos 100.
But that still only puts me at like 7.
yeah, he
75,
needs
I think.
1,500, and I can't even cover the rest of that. So
No, it's alright. That's why I was like, is there payment plans? Is there anything I can do that like
Payment
this guy
plan.
needs? You need me to lift stuff? Like, what's up? Like,
you could offer pest
I'm
control at
also
all
a
of these
small
places.
rat, so I feel like the
Like-
material is less than what he would usually
right?
make. But you know, that's me haggling.
Do you count as small?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then he'll knock 100 off.
Still not there. So all right. So we're going money. So we're going dungeon diving today. We're going treasure hunting. We're going to look for money paying jobs. Apparently.
Yeah,
So.
that's why Porthos was like, wait, are we supposed to sell these things? I need gold.
No, we'd already the deal was we keep what we get, what else we find, and we found trauma.
Well,
We
it's
get to
gonna
keep
take
that.
him time, so we gotta go get gold before I come back and pay for it. Basically,
Okay.
is what it is.
Okay.
Cool. I'm good. I'm fine. We got him sizing it.
All right. Sounds good. You guys
Okay.
regather. And I'll tell you what, let's take a break.
Okay.
Let's take a 10-minute break. Come back at like 9:40,
Mhm.
and in that time we'll figure out what you guys want to do next, and
Okay.
we will jump in from there. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. We'll see you in a couple minutes, but until then, stay tuned.
Got it.
Welcome back, everybody. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight, we have
Pixie playing Cosmo, the BPRD in this world dream Starfallen agent.
Jen playing Hilda, the Kitsune Fiendbinder.
I'm Meg playing Norda, the Void Genasi Lunarchist.
I'm Andrew playing Porthos the Ratling, though I feel like I really should be playing a monkey.
yeah.
I'm Eco, and I'm playing River, the Animist Magi.
All right. Well, right before the break, we had left off with Porthos discovering the price tag of the plate armor he was being fitted for, and Cosmo had just passed on a holy relic. River had gone out searching for a weapon of her own, and I guess Norda and Hilda are chilling. So you guys have kind of reconvened. You've sorted out the gold needs, yes, and
For half of it, I'm paying for part of Eco's weapon, and then we're gonna go on a job, hopefully, for the rest for the armor.
okay, yeah, sounds good. So yeah, you've paid for that portion. Where are you guys headed?
You tell us. We don't know where the jobs are. We don't know where to. We don't know who to talk to. Specifically, Hilda does, but
Hilda will, after finishing scratching, tucking away her notebook, will say, "We're not that far. Come, I know somebody who might know who to hunt. We've got a few of those around, so let's take care of it."
Okay.
She
Yeah,
heads down
Hilda.
towards the fiend side of things, where the hunts are usually provided.
Got it. Okay. Roll me a D10.
9.
9. All right. Good job. Okay. You make your way nearby down to the corner of the breach. There is a small sort of hole in the wall, not even really tavern. It's just kind of a standing room only bar that is there, and the entire back wall, or the entire wall that runs the length opposite of the bar, is kind of just a job board. You know the bartender, the owner, proprietor. His name is Lecrae. Um, Elvish man, um, tall, definitely older. His hair is often sort of braided and back and tucked behind his ears. And as you guys are making your way in, he is sort of pouring another glass of wine and handing it to one of only like two patrons that are in here. And he sort of looks over and, Hilda, welcome.
Hello, just in for some possible jobs. If need a little cash.
Oh, all right, sure. I think we can find something around that'll piece you together. Uh, what level of what challenge rating of fiend or monster would you guys like to fight?
I don't know. What's their pay scale?
100 to 1.
How much do you need, Porthos?
He needs like 1,000. He only has 500.
Mm.
So
I
Um,
need exactly. We need to kill a level 8.
So you guys are level
CR8.
6. So anything up until your level is 100 to 1. I'll do 200 to 1 for things 8 and above. 12 and above, we'll do 3 to 1.
CR8.
300 to 1.
8. Sounds
8.
good.
8. Okay. So 200 to 1. 1600 for a CR8 creature.
This is about to be so stressful.
Yeah.
You walk in thinking it's CR8. It's actually the Demogorgon.
Listen,
The upside
I
down.
will leave you there to. You don't need the armor that bad. It's fine. We're gonna change your class. You're gonna go warlock.
That's fine.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
I just go wizard. That's it. Muscle wizard.
No
Muscle
armor
wizard.
ever.
Darn me for not being a barbarian.
Right? Oh.
Despite what that picture shows.
It's clearly a barbarian rap. Like, for fuck's sake.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna keep looking for this, and you guys are gonna vamp for me for a moment. Go for it. Go. Do.
Oh, my vamping was a question, so I'll do that later. I just said, Cosmo's going to, start looking, right. So Cosmo has access to for her agency. So I'm double checking the book. I don't necessarily need to possess the things I requisition. I can dole them out to people. So if anyone thinks they need specific buffs or something, I have a couple extra points of requisition points that I could grab items from the agency before we go out. Does anyone have any, like, problem areas right now that they're worried about? Cool. Excellent. Then I'm gonna grab a couple of just standard things. And
Are they going to report to you whenever they figure out what the hell the monkeys are doing? That's sitting on the back of my mind.
I mean, I'm not the only person who works there, so probably not me specifically, no. I'm not the head of the agency or something, I'm just a consultant.
I just think
Seems
it's
they let
weird.
them by themselves.
It's much more terrifying.
It's oddly timed wise.
I'm aware.
Right after we fight Tentacle Monster, that
I'm
the
aware.
monkeys. And we know it's coming. Did you mention this to anyone?
Oh, I told you in that 2 days that was just a blur. Like, was right that we had all of this shit going on, and I don't know why. But it's also not the only thing we have going on. It's Hortensia, so I'm sure they'll tell me when it becomes relevant to me, which may be never. So.
Hilda's been explaining how the job board works to Norda. On this side, we've got the, the simpler jobs. The young ones usually take those, and on the far end here, that you gotta buy a drink to even get to, that's where you get the really tough ones.
It's a good system. It's divided. I like the numbers, you know? It's good. It's clear.
Yeah, they told me it was Roman numerals. I've never seen them before, but, they work.
I need to know who came from Rome on this planet now to have that name and numerology. I need to know where that lore started in Hortensia and how it ended up here.
The most unfortunate soul.
Look, what? Just a centurion is wandering around somewhere who, for some reason, was in charge of sign making. And he just, I don't know,
all he
like,
did. Because he couldn't do anything else, because he's like, I don't have fucking magic.
Except for him, they would just be numerals. And they're like, that's not how numbers are here. Where are you from? Rome? Ah, interesting.
Roman numeral. Yeah.
The Roman. My name is Kevin. Like,
Poor Rory.
Rory, I know this. He had to end up there somewhere. Somewhere the Pandorica is on this fucking planet. We're gonna go find it.
All right.
We just start importing Doctor Who episodes and no one will notice. It's fine.
LaCroix comes back and he has the outline for a fiend, and this is one that has been a bit hairy of late. Calls himself he's known as the Painmonger, and a bit of a psychic, lot of lasting sort of nasty bits about him. He's collected a few followers that really masochists relish in the agony. So you know, be careful. We've had a few come back, and had a few that haven't. So there you are.
That's perfect. Thank you.
Oh, psychic.
It sounds like it's gonna be very bad for Porthos.
Oh no,
So
it's okay.
the contract is also serves as sort of a beacon for you. It is one of the few sort of mixed bags of the Fiend Guild. If you utilize it as a find person spell, it does alert the individual that they are being hunted. So
Okay.
it is up to you if you would like to utilize that feature. If not,
Does the dossier say exactly what area they were in last?
they're not far. They are outside the breach, near one of the outer walls, and the dossier says that they have been collecting primarily fringers that aether blip into Oltencia in or just outside of the city there, and there is a psychic corruption to the pain inflicted on individuals.
God, I love psychic damage. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's head that way. Don't activate it until until it's almost a little too late for him to take off running.
I'm
It'll give
going
him
to-
time to.
Can we please pass by the agency really fast and grab a kit?
Yeah.
I am doing so for Claire, for transparency's sake. There's a bunch of features we don't use in this game that help determine my requisition score. I'm skipping one of them, and there's like 4 different things that factor into it. So I'm skipping one of them entirely because we don't use clearance levels, so fuck that. But there is a threat level of the case file, so I'm choosing to use the threat level CR level of this monster as an extra as that point barrier. But then again, I'm also doing away with the 4th way we calculate them. So I'm hoping it'll even out and be what we need. Because if unless we want to make the clearance level our character levels, I'm gonna skip it for now because I don't know what the equate is in the Hellboy book. So
Yeah, that works.
I just wanted to let you know why I suddenly had extra points. It's because I know the challenge rating of this thing we're going after. Cool. So who has what's everyone's AC, by the way?
18.
19.
19.
13.
13.
Before or after I change
However
all-
you're going to be fighting.
Oh, I mean 19 when I'm fighting.
Okay, that's fair.
I like 19 when I'm
Okay,
fighting as
cool.
well.
Excellent, thank you. Ego, I'm going to be sending you an item description and the things you can do with it. It's going to help give you passive AC boost. Because I found out the thing I accidentally destroyed last time, they have many of them. It says in the description, there's a whole stack of Mystic Sigils. Great, awesome. I should take another one. That one is not a limited resource. Yeah, everything else I feel like I know who would need what thing, but I just want to make sure that you get that. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
And each of them has any relic thing has a passive, an expenditure, and a destruction ability. Those are as suggested. If something has a passive thing, it's just when it's equipped, it's doing that thing. If you expend it, the passive goes away, but you've utilized it for this game. If you destroy it, it's a very powerful effect, but it's the only time anyone can use it. Please do so if you need to, but that's a bigger deal. So that's it.
Cody, as the last person to arrive in Oltencia and someone with a high pain threshold, can I do a check to see if I know where this guy hangs out?
Yeah, absolutely. What sort of check would you like to do?
None of it's going to be good, so it'd be anything.
Yeah, history or investigation, or if you want to talk to people, I would suppose persuasion.
Oh, no. I'm just gonna see if I can history. 10.
You know the general area, but like details about specifics for this one in particular, you don't have.
Cool.
Sorry.
No. To the
All
general
right.
area.
He was the pain monger, right? That's his name.
Yes.
Just double checking.
Yep.
Okay, let's do it, and I will storm off
Okay.
to go kill a demon here.
I'm giving
Fiend.
both of our usually frontline people, both Meg and Andrew, I'm posting something in the group chat that you both can use. That I feel like you two are the ones that need that. They're lucky charms. They're not tuned or anything. They're just things that you've got.
Oh.
Thank you.
Okay. Out near the fringes of the city, here around some of the destroyed walls, these are the places that the corporations and their maintenance of Decatopolis has sort of fallen apart. The border on which the baleful continue to encroach every day is something that they have to focus their resources on. So these other areas of the city have absolutely fallen into disrepair. These buildings, warehouses, former apartment complexes, storefronts, strip malls, all of that sort of stuff, absolutely ransacked. Children of Men, sort of dead city, shot in a Christopher Nolan gray, is the life that we're in right
A
now.
vibe.
Absolutely.
Love it.
You guys have made it into the area. You can hear screams around you, not focused at you, not in particular, but they're usually accompanied with the sounds of a lash or the drip of blood or trigger warning for any sort of weird, tortury, pain-inducing things. So please take care of yourselves, viewers and players. If you have to step away or something's too much, please let me know. We didn't say that in the beginning. I want to give everybody responsible opportunities to take care of themselves. So,
Just for my visual, are we talking like original Cenobites, or are we talking like the Genie movie where it was the gin and the ruby and the cop was literally suspended inside of it being tortured by the genie?
so you're not seeing any of it right now. But I would say closer to Hellraiser than Genie movie. I don't know. So there you go.
For ease, by the way, I'm going to a random RPG scroll generator and rolling 3 of them that'll appear in the book so you don't have to go through and pick things for me. Is that alright? You said there were like 3 that would just show up, so I was trying to
Great.
save
Perfect.
you the trouble and
Sounds
let
good.
you know, hey, these are the ones I randomly rolled. Thank you.
Love it. So, so you guys are in the middle of this street. There's an intersection about 20 feet from you. The apartment buildings have sort of these storefronts down on the bottom. The lights in this part of the city are like fluorescent lights that have fallen from the ceiling. There are some neon signs that are shedding light and about. The street is wet because it's always wet. That helps with continuity. What would you guys like to do?
I look to Hilda of, it's your hunt. What do you need from us?
This is usually where I will activate the activate the contract to track them down, but with this one, I'm not so sure it's the smart choice.
There's
If you can hear or catch something, I'm a little struggling today. If you can hear a bit better where things are coming from, we can get closer.
there's no one on the street.
No one in your no one within about 30-40 feet of you. You do see some people running across the street. I'm going to say to the north. You can hear some people not really walking, but definitely like the rushed barks of hurry, get across the street, get into the next building. That sort of talk that is around the corner.
Okay. May I use an investigation check to track him?
Survival?
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be survival.
Oh, okay, then never mind. Specifically,
May
I
I?
have advantage on investigation checks to track a creature, so never mind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a class
a
feature.
class feature. Yeah.
Great. And Norda, you may use survival to track,
Thank you.
and with your class feature, investigation to track. Yes, absolutely.
13.
21.
I also rolled a 19 for survival.
Okay,
So,
great.
yeah, 21. And it's use a bonus action to gain advantage on investigation checks to track a specific creature, and then if we're doing surprise rounds, I get other shit, but that's if we find him first.
Okay. You guys start to follow the sounds of the screams, and from the dossier and the description of the type of pain he inflicts, you move away from what seems to be the more obvious up on the higher levels of the apartment complexes, those sort of things, and in an odd way, as you because it takes you guys at least a few minutes to really focus, pay attention, do the tracking. You start to realize the screams are rhythmic. They are as though it was you were surrounded by an orchestra of torture that was in the midst of conducting a symphony. And part of what leads you to the proper building is that its position in relation to those other voices and screams, and how it would be an appropriate conducting post to work from. When you get to the building, there is a cheers like descent into what is a lower bar or basement place. There is light coming up from there. Most of the mid floors on this 4-story building are blank. You do see some lights up at the top, which is probably where the conducting is happening. Seems like there's more activity downstairs. You don't know if the painmonger would be specific, or you don't know at this moment. You might be able to figure it out if the painmonger would specifically be upstairs conducting, or if he would be just enjoying it.
I'm gonna morph, just so we know. So I'm
Okay.
gonna go ahead and just wrap myself up.
What does
I'm
that
gonna.
look like?
So whenever it happens, it's very traditional. The buckle comes off, throw forward, and then you just see like almost like a spiritual wrap, almost like mage armor, like wraps over, and then there's a spirit of a raccoon that is gonna just hug onto him. It kind of changes into different carry-on and different like creatures that are usually seen as rodents, and then
Okay.
that's just kind of like wraps and interlaces around him.
Okay.
Gross. I love it.
So it looks like Gonzo with the super long arms from Muppet Treasure Island.
Yes,
For
exactly.
a brief moment, yeah.
Yep, and he's enjoying it way too much, and we're all just kind of
Kind of makes him a little shinier at the end of it all. Like it's just more of like releasing the spirit.
I don't like it. Excellent, but you do you. Okay, cool. Anyway, I would like to continue to try to, if I can try to listen and or track again, to see. I have 2 uses of that ability until I short rest or long rest. So can I try one more time to try to guesstimate where he is so we can have the potential of a surprise round at least?
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah, because it's a class feature. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Go for it.
Oh, not as good, but still fine. 14 plus 5, 19. Okay.
19.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're pretty sure he is downstairs. You are also pretty sure he would be guarded or protected by someone or some things.
I turn to the group and I go, do we bum rush or do we want to send in a couple of ranged attacks beforehand? You decide.
But if
Is
we're
this like
worried,
a staircase downstairs?
Yeah, so it's like a basement bar. Think
It's a
what
half
is the
story down is typically what Cheers was, like maybe
Yeah.
3/4 under. Like, yeah.
yeah, so it's that or like the bar from How I Met Your Mother.
got it.
Like there's some stairs and then it's like a downstairs bar.
Yeah, but if you but like halfway down the stairs you can see people's legs.
Okay.
Are there light and is there enough shadow for Norda to do her Norda thing and go scout or like see down there in ways we can't?
There is some light coming out of the bar area, so it's probably dimly lit down there. Up here would also count as probably dim light. I believe that still allows Norda to teleport if she wanted or chose to.
My thought before
Or do-
before I pitched that as a idea was
It is not bright, and there are shadows around.
Great.
So
well, we could just try to all rush down the stairs, but if he's prone to run like we think he's going to be, we should probably make sure someone is on the other side to blockade or keep him contained.
You got it.
Whether that's outside, inside, go through a window, don't know. So
I don't know if there's. Is there usually 2 ways out of these type of places?
probably.
Uh,
I mean, maybe.
I mean,
There's a
I
back
will go
door.
be the blockade. I can definitely stop someone from going through a door, but
Do we see another entrance to the basement from where we are?
not from where you
Not
are,
on
but if you
stairs.
guys want to scout around, you can.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll shadow step.
I love,
Where are you shadow stepping?
I
to,
love when she
Norda?
does that. It's so cool.
I think I can only do it like 60 feet in front of me.
Okay. Are you trying to go downstairs? Or are you trying to scout around the building?
I'm gonna try to go downstairs and see how many guards he has and if there's another way out and yada yada yada.
Okay. Yeah. So make me stealth check with advantage. And then we'll do a perception check.
$16.
Okay.
And then oh come on. 6.
So the you're down by the door. It is closed. You shadow step into the area past the windows. Nobody seems to have seen you. They don't seem to have any clue that you are there. And you kind of peek your head around and look in through the windows, which are a bit fogged up. So it's tough to make out like specifics of people. What you do see is that there are 3 people in this main bar area. There is a hallway that does lead down the back, and there does look like there is door alley beyond that. But who's there, whether it is the painmonger, what type of guards, those details are lost on you.
Then I will go to the back door and I'll approach from there and, just wait for the signal, I guess.
The
Needing me
signal
come with
being
you?
Okay.
angry screams.
River, I go nowhere without you, so yeah.
Okay. River just toddles behind.
All right, so we're gonna go to wherever that back alley door is.
Okay. Yeah, you guys make your way around the building, down one of the alleys. Porthos, this is closer to home for you, and you do end up. There's a little bit of a larger back alley. You can tell it's probably used for deliveries and for bringing in crates and things like that. So there is a door. It is a wider than usual door, but a normal door nonetheless. And yeah, you're there.
Okay. The others are waiting. Uh, I look at River and I go, "We're just gonna go say hello, right? It's good."
Let's go say hello.
I'm assuming that if Hilda and I stayed in the stairs, Norda went to scout outside, and then they went to the back door, that it would just sort of be I'm gonna count to 90, or like however long I think it'll take you to get back there, and then we just fucking go. Like, because we don't have any way to communicate with each other.
I think Porthos is gonna make a lot of noise when he comes in this door. So it's gonna work as a distraction. I'm not really 100% if Porthos is probably not getting a surprise round, but the rest of y'all are gonna get a surprise round. That's what he's aiming for.
Could I have summoned my sun sphere just to have?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, just in case there might be a bright light. River just like summons her little balloon. Is ready.
When we do
Okay.
we do the count to right before Porthos goes in, and Hilda will then transform into a frost form.
Yes. All right.
All right.
I am going to now open the door and go, Lucy, I'm home.
Let's flip for initiative. All right, bad guys are on a jack, so they have the surprise condition, and will be able to take reactions after their turn, but will not have any actions on their turn. So, who is up first?
Look like Jen also got a jack.
I also
Yeah,
drew a
Jen,
jack.
you're up.
Well, I'm going to, as soon as Porthos smashes through the door, Hilda's gonna jump in the front and what's the name of that cantrip?
Firebolt.
Yes, firebolt him. Yes.
Okay. As you come bursting in, there are three individuals. One of them strapped with blades. Another one that is looks like throwing axes, and the last one that has a bladed whip. Which would you like to throw the spell at?
I'm gonna shoot the guy with the bladed whip.
Okay, sounds good.
So that comes to a 15.
A 15. Yeah, 15 just hits.
It's 1. I did 1 damage.
A mighty one. A mighty, mighty one. Okay. Anything else?
And Her armor is activated as well, so that's pretty much it.
You got it. Up next looks like it's the bad guys. So they leap up out of the seats. The firebolt bursts off of the table. They're still in disarray, but they do have their reactions now. Up next looks like Eco.
All right. Did we know what weapon the fearmonger had? Was that part of the discussion?
So the dossier in the Painmonger gives a general description. Any of these guys could match that. The whip looks pretty gnarly. Part of one of the things that is described, and they all actually have, is there are flayed man sort of skinless pieces of them that have been pulled off. Two of them are fiendish. The one with the axes, who is actually probably missing the most skin, you think for a brief moment is fiendish red, right? Devilish red or demonic red. But you quickly realize it is merely the thick, gelatinous coating of blood that has stained his skin.
Delicious. All right. I guess River's just gonna go in behind Porthos, and is she within 30 feet
Yes,
of them?
absolutely. Yeah. From back door to front door, we're going to say this place is 50 feet. It's not. They're not big. These are not big places.
Okay. Then, seeing this horrible looking whip, she wants to throw her sun sphere at that thing.
Okay.
That-
Yeah. Go ahead. Make the
sorry.
spell attack.
Okay. Come here, you. Uh. 23.
Absolutely hits. Yeah.
I forgot how to do a spell attack. What do I add?
Spear damage.
Yeah, I have my spell attack bonus here. I just had a blank. 1, 2, 3. Someone has absconded with a die. I'll roll one more then. That is a D4.
Okay. We're all doing great so far, kids. It's going amazing.
Knock it off the rest. Knock it off the rest.
36.
36 points of damage.
Oh, plus 4. 40.
40. Okay. Sounds good.
And can I like shoot for like where he was holding the weapon to try and disarm him almost?
Yeah, absolutely. So it does break the threshold. He is going to he's going to take an injury. So he does have a level 1 injury at the moment. Yeah. Nicely done. Anything else?
No. She's gonna look at Porthos and be like, "Who's Lucy?"
I don't know. It felt right.
The
Okay.
spirit
Oh,
moved
bonus
him.
act. Full action. I'm gonna take to recover magic.
Bonus action because you used your
Bonus. Oh, the action to summon the thing outside of the building counted as my action. The bonus
okay.
action to throw it.
Okay.
Nice.
We're gonna we'll need to call
Oh wait,
that
never
an
mind.
action.
It is an action. I misread. Bonus
Great.
action to recover.
There you
Apologies.
Okay.
Me.
Up next, Pixie.
Yeah. How close together are these three grouped?
They're all within about 10 feet of each other.
Yeah! Clump! Sorry. I rolled a scroll that is my preferred type of attack. I am going to move down into where I can see, obviously. I am going to cast Spike Growth. The ground in a 20-foot radius, centered at a point within range, which is 150-foot range. Twists and
Okay.
sprouts, hard spikes, and thorns. The area becomes difficult terrain for the duration. When a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels. So they're not going to take damage now, but the moment they try and move, they will. In
Got
addition,
it.
the transformation of the ground is camouflaged to look natural. Any creature that can't see the area at the time the spell cast must make a wisdom check against your spell save DC to recognize the terrain as hazardous before entering it. So, like, Norda or the, like, if they want to come in, they'll have to notice it. These guys could probably be aware that it's there, but like just for transparency.
I'm gonna say because Norda and Porthos are on your team. That
Thank God. Okay, good.
they
I really
know
didn't
that.
like. I wanted to say it out loud just so it didn't become an issue later.
Yeah,
Cool.
the camouflage nature of spike growth is mostly for outside.
Thank God.
There
Fine.
are no natural spikes in
Right.
bar stools and tables.
They've got
Maybe on
flayed
this guy's
wisp.
part.
Like I was about to say, it feels like it would work here. But
It
no, yeah.
absolutely could, but
Alright, cool. But that's fine. But
Hostile
yes,
architecture is a thing.
exactly. But they are, like I said, they're not taking damage right now. But every time they move, for every 5 feet, 2d4, that should have all of them in it. If they're
Okay.
that close together. So I wanted to kind of make them in the middle of it, so they all have to move to get out. And then, because surprise round, bonus action, I can make a bonus attack and dash in the first round of combat only. So
Okay.
I'm going to attempt that. That is not going to fucking hit. I don't care how good my bonuses are. That's not gonna hit. That's a big 8. I miss. No
That does
problem.
miss.
Yeah, no, not a problem. And then I'm gonna. Is there a place? You mentioned there was like a. You said bar stools and stuff. Is there a bar I could dash and hide behind and take cover?
Yes, but
Dash and hide are 2 different actions, though.
they are.
Okay.
That is one part. I'm pretty sure you'd have to walk over the spikes.
Then I'm not going to move, and I'm fine. I'm
Okay.
just going to back around the corner again and keep my back to the wall, right out of sight on the stairs. I'm just gonna pop and do this every fucking round.
Okay.
That's it.
Sounds good.
Before it happens, I think I know the answer to this, but he is not a legendary creature, right? They're not gonna have like legendary actions or.
Don't know.
Okay.
No.
Thank you. I was like, I need to know for mechanics because I do extra damage. Like, thank you.
Okay. Meg.
Bonus action, I come out of the shadows, and that's the end. I'm going into restore balance.
Okay.
So I start to meditate, and as I meditate, I just look at the shit on the floor and roll my eyes.
Okay. Up next, Porthos.
We haven't determined which one is the pain monger, right?
No.
I kind of like whisper back right before I start, like body just starts moving forward. I go, "The one with the whip? Is that the one we were thinking?" That's me. I talking to River.
I think so. He looks like the worst one.
Oh, good. Okay, and I'm just gonna run right at him. Spike growth is okay if I have to stand in it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use my bonus action to mark him.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna take my 2 attacks. That is a 18 and a 20 to hit.
Both of those are going to hit. You're going to take 5 feet of spike growth damage. So how much was that?
It's 2d4.
2d4.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta roll it. Pixie.
Oh, I gotta roll it. Okay, not a problem.
Hey.
Sorry, I was just waiting for it. Yep, I got it.
No, you're good.
I'm sorry, it's 5.
All good. That is 21 points of slashing damage,
Okay.
and he is now considered Bane for his attacks. Like, for lack of a better word, he rolls a
Yeah.
negative D4 each time, but I will keep track of that for you.
Awesome. What was the total points? 20?
21 slashing.
21. Thank you. Okay. Porthos
That's
gets in
50
there.
hit
Does
points. You get another damage.
he has
It's all
his
in
own,
one go, right?
He has his own chart. So yeah, I've got that. Thank you. But yeah, the chart you guys have is specifically for PCs. The NPCs have their own calculations to do. But thank you for staying on top of it. I do appreciate it. And I believe that is it for the round. So, new round. On a queen. I think it's everybody, bad guys, and then E, and then Andrew.
That's right.
Yep. Okay.
I don't know who has higher decks out of Eco or Jen, so I'm just getting them out where I can.
Sounds good.
What's your dex, Eco?
16, so +3.
You're first.
Okay, I apologize. I wrote them wrong.
All right.
I don't want to go first.
Before we go,
Too late. I moved it
me-
already.
with me marking him, the maggots and small little mice and rats are now crawling out of Porthos, but in a more irregular way than the last time you saw them.
Every single thing about that sentence is irregular. Don't say a more irregular way. Like any
More
of it's normal.
Meaning they are usually they just swarm all over the target. Now they are both swarming the target and also over Porthos at the same time. You're welcome for that image. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Just a little brazzle dazzle.
All right. Eco, what would you like to do?
I would like. I want to cast Starburst
Okay.
to try and blind them if possible. It does do damage as well, but it says you send a blinding light from your focus. All creatures you wish in range must make a Constitution or Vigor saving throw, suffering 3d6 plus my Vigor, or half as much on a success. Fiends and undead have disadvantage on this saving throw. Targets that fail are also blinded until the beginning of your next turn.
Okay. What's the saving throw?
Constitution or Vigor.
Constitution it is. And the area was big enough for all three of them, correct?
I believe so. That was the one part. I believe it's 30 feet.
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
it all creatures inside of it, or is
Only
it...
the ones I choose.
Okay, it's a deemable spell. Oh, those are the
Yes.
best ones.
All right. So, let's see. Natural 18 plus 3, 21. 14 plus 3 for the 17. And 7 plus 3 for 10. So,
15
sure.
is what they need to meet.
So 2 of them succeed, and 1 of them does fail. What would you go ahead and deal the damage?
Yes. Uh, 12 to those who failed, 6
Okay.
to those who succeeded,
Okay.
and the 1 is blinded.
The blinded one, as it goes to reach up for its eyes, it does sort of stumble, falls back, and is impaled up on the spikes. There is a blood curdling scream as one of them is down and out.
Oh.
All right. So.
And it just essentially looks just like a firefly coming off of her staff, like at fast speed, just exploding.
Absolutely. Sounds good. Who's next?
Jen. Yeah.
All right. She's going to utilize her ability to frighten them.
Okay.
DC 15 Wisdom check from both of them.
Okay. DC 15 Wisdom save. Let's see. Natural 16, natural 12. The one of them is not very wise. So that's an 11. The other one has a +2 for 18.
Yeah, the 16 covered it. So which one is the one that's frightened of me?
So the one with the blades, the swords, is frightened of you.
Okay, I'm going to as I'm going to move up against that one
Okay.
and say that, do that kind of "you're mine" kind of. So Hilda will come up and go in her very soft-spoken voice, "You're mine."
Absolutely. Are you flying? Do you, because you have your form on?
Yeah, she just floats over there, kind of,
Perfect. Love it. That's great. Just want to make sure you were not getting spiked. All right. After Jen, it is Norda.
End of my turn, I get my stuff. So I'm gonna wait until they do something.
Okay. Sounds good. Up next, Pixie.
Yep, I'm just gonna shoot. Or attempt to.
You got it.
Pop out, try and shoot one of them.
Who are we
Hey!
targeting?
Who looks the bloodiest? Whichever one looks the worst right now. So that is going to be a nat 19 plus things, so yes.
Okay, yeah.
Assuming that hits. And
Yeah.
that is 7 plus 5, 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then because I'm automatic, I get extra shot as bonus action. I am going to do it again.
Okay. Are you adding your D6 for each time you hit?
No, because that's a specific bonus action. I can't do both.
Okay.
Yeah, though that's its own thing.
Okay.
So yeah, just gonna try to hit a second time again.
Sounds good.
And I miss, so I should have done the D6 thing, but oh well.
Okay.
Pop back around the wall.
Sounds good. After Pixie, it is the bad guys. Now let's see. So the one that is frightened, the blade dancer, is going to. It does draw its blades. It will have a disadvantage on these attacks, but it is going to attack the very scary fox lady that is beckoning to it. So it is 2 attacks. So the first one is a 12 and 16. So the 12 plus 6 to hit. So 18.
18 misses with my armor on.
Okay. And then 18 and a natural 3. So the second one is going to miss as well. That is it for the blade dancer. The other one, the painmonger, is going to wheel about. The whip on the ground is was not the guy. He was Axeman. Just the trouble. And
X-Man.
What about
Yeah.
you? Wait, so we killed the guy that had the whip is dead?
yes.
Okay, so he's dead. So cool.
Yep.
Just needed
He is dead. So he is gonna Painmonger is going to wheel about, and he draws the blade across his face, and as he does,
Jesus.
he is going to attack. Yeah, let's do one of these weird things. He's gonna cast nociceptive feedback on Porthos. I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Don't forget, since you have that thing, you have +1 to all your saving throws because of the token I gave you and Meg.
It's a 9.
Okay, DC 14. You take 28 points of psychic damage, and
It's gonna give me an
you.
injury.
So this is going to inflict a special injury because it is psychic damage, and it is specific to this spell. It is nociceptive overload for 1 minute. As long as he is concentrating on this, a successful saving throw ends the injury. While you're injured, you take a -1 to ability checks, AC, saving throws per injury you have. And go ahead, Norda.
I'm gonna bamf over and punch him
All right, let's do it.
and take my damage.
You will not take the damage from it because you're not moving within it. You just land.
Is that a
Yeah,
melee
you're-
strike that he did,
Yeah.
or was it a casting spell from a distance?
I took that into
Casting
consideration. Like,
spell.
Okay, apologies. I'm so
no,
sorry.
no. It's I knew that you could bamf, that Hilda could fly, and Andrew specifically said he does better when he's at low health. So I specifically used a spell I knew wouldn't actually hurt the group.
It was a spell. All right, what's the attack roll, Norda?
18.
18 hits.
Okay, fuck off. Eight magical bludgeoning.
8 magical bludgeoning. Absolutely. Okay. That is it for him. He's got to make a Constitution saving throw off of Norda's attack to see if he maintains concentration. An 8 plus 3, an 11. So he does maintain concentration. Needed a 10. Okay. After the bad guys is Porthos.
He is now marked, as
Yeah.
Porthos is sitting there going like, "Oh God, when it hits in the brain, it's not fair," and he's gonna run right at him.
Okay.
Cool.
No, he will
Just
take
gonna
damage.
take my attacks.
Yep.
All right.
Small. 4. 4 damage.
That is a 21 to hit and a 17 to hit.
Both of those hit.
Adjust my HP, sorry. $15 points of slashing damage. And this is magical because of BG.
Absolutely. 15 points. There we go. Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. New round. King. I shuffled these. Why are they all in a row? Okay.
Pixie, stop copying me.
Never.
Bad guys are up first, it looks like. Yeah. All right. So the Painmonger is going to he's going to focus on Jen. You see his eyes sort of dart about, and they peel and uncrease the flayed flesh as he's marked, so he has to focus on Porthos.
He doesn't have to. It's just if he's making a spell attack, it would be at disadvantage. I don't
Be at
mind.
disadvantage.
I'd rather him focus on me, but I'm just letting you know that that's how it works.
I will. Yeah, that's fine. I'm taking that into account. He was going to look over. Yeah. Okay. Just for the irony's sake. Yeah. Jen, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as the Painmonger casts 1,000 Needles.
Power word torture.
I mean, not too far off.
What was that?
18.
18 does succeed. Let's see. You're going to take half damage on the success, so 11 points of piercing damage as conjuring out of the blood these tiny hypodermic needles just all rush into you and pierce into your skin. That is it for him.
This is why I hunt their kind.
The Blade Dancer is going to try to steal himself once again and follow up on. Does he get a saving throw at the end of his turn for the disadvantage?
Yes, at the end of his turn.
So last turn he should have made one?
He could have, yes. I'm sorry I didn't mention that.
No, it's all good. The natural 7 is not going to make it. And then with disadvantage, he rolls a 4 and a 6. So neither of those are going to hit. That is it for the bad guys. Norda, would you like to do the punchies? He dealt damage.
He did damage.
Okay. Sounds good. But it is your turn. Are you maintaining the balance or? Okay. Up
You were
next,
also
Porthos.
muted, Meg. We're just kind of reading your facial expressions. Like it was very clear until a minute ago. And now
Who's hurt? Is someone hurt?
Oh, yeah.
I just got injured this round.
But you
Porthos
want to
is
be
bad.
hurt, right? But Porthos wants to be hurt.
No, not against psychic damage. I don't.
Ooh,
Right,
that.
okay. Okay. Oh, I can't!
I got him.
It's okay.
So it's
Rivers.
okay.
Rivers got me.
Fuck.
It's all good.
Never mind. Okay, then yes, I'm good. I'm done.
Okay. Well, I'm dying to find out what the thing was.
I would too.
That you can't, but it was very exciting for a moment.
It really was.
It was.
Because I was gonna do my self-heal, but then I have the heal transfer.
Yeah.
That's
So I was
brilliant.
gonna try to transfer it, but I have to get out of this to go
To-
into that,
to go
and that's a
into
whole
that.
turn
I'm
Oh.
to
okay.
get out of this, and then a whole turn to get into that. And by the time that happens, it'll be 2 weeks from now.
I'm okay.
From now.
So I'm
She's
just gonna-
clocking going, don't have time, never mind.
I'm just gonna.
But you like,
I mean, shifting between them, I should probably make. Easier.
No, it's because it's good. So she's just staying in Mortal Kombat shift.
Okay.
I'm not. The condition he has me under isn't like a normal condition, right? Like it's just a tether thing.
Yeah, it's just it's an injury that he is concentrating on to
Okay.
maintain.
Okay.
It's a level 3 injury. It's special because it skips level 1 and 2, and it basically compounds normal injuries you would have.
Okay.
Is what it does. But you don't have any other injuries, so it doesn't really do much at the moment.
Okay. Cool. I just needed to check.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a new system, and I'm that's why I want to like talk through it and explain it as.
but it
we
is
go.
very real damage. Like he definitely lost those hit points.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm
he
like-
definitely lost those hit points.
Okay. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
but-
does he just like, you think you lost 20?
No, no, no.
No, I have a splitting headache right now. Blood
That
coming out of the
was-
nose.
That was a class in 3.5.
That's
Yeah.
terrifying, right?
Psionics are horrible.
It was awful. What would you like to do, Andrew?
I mean, I'm here, so I am not going to be moving on my turn. So I will be using Warden's Grasp on this turn.
Okay.
So any creature that I deem a threat within 5 feet of me may not move away from anywhere they're at without taking an full action to disengage away from me.
Okay. Good to know.
And I'm going to just take my 2 swings, my nice
Let's-
2 little pop tops.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I have a question about the item, Pixie. It says on there that a nat 1 is considered a crit. at
So
the tail end
that
of that.
that is if you destroy it.
Oh, then forget that.
That's your
It's all good.
destruction, and you can. There's multiple of those. That's why I was able to hand a bunch of them out. So that is until you take time, which is a short rest. You re-roll any odd numbered d20 roll results. You may do this a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. You also trigger critical hits on rolls of 1, as you are just that lucky.
So one of my attacks is 100% gonna miss, but the other one is definitely gonna hit with a 19 plus 7. So
Awesome. Let's get some damage.
yeah, that's gonna be 10 points of slashing damage.
Nice.
And in Porthos' head right now, after that psionic blast, all I'm hearing is the heartbeat, and then also.
But
That's it,
their vermin squeaks making the
Yes.
yeah.
Even the vermin in my armor is starting to sing the song at this point. That's it for my turn. I'm good.
All right. So the painmonger does fail the concentration check. That injury does lift off of your mind. You are still low on hit points, but you are less injured.
Truly,
those.
it's the song. It's the song
Yeah. Yeah,
counterbalancing.
man. Brought you back. Eco, you are up.
Am I able to get close enough to port those without being in the spike growth?
You'd have to walk through the spike growth to get to him. One square to be able to reach him.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I rolled really low. I rolled a 3, so.
There you go.
I'll take it. Okay. So then I'm gonna go up to Porthos and cast Restore to get him.
Is
back
spike
up.
growth a releasable?
It is.
at
I
will?
just I have not had a chance to do it because I didn't know you were gonna tell them not to move, which is exactly what spike growth needs them to do. Like.
Okay, I didn't know if it was on turn or at will. At will means you could just do it right now on River's turn.
It doesn't say. I have to.
Am I wrong about that, Cody?
It's
'Cause
a
that's always the way I
concentration
played it.
thing, so I don't know if I can drop it at will.
I believe you could.
Then sure, great, it's gone. Fantastic. It
Sure.
was gone the moment you were like, I'm gonna hold them here, and it became useless.
Okay. So-
Sorry, I didn't mean to make you.
You're fine. No, it's everyone went right into melee with them. I assumed we were gonna like not do that, so they'd have to move through it to get to us, and then we did the exact opposite. So it's fine.
Pretty sure this got you back to max, but 42.
That does trigger Norda's restore balance.
Does anyone else need some?
I believe Jen.
Nah, Nord.
Hilda? Or yeah. Then she'll.
I'm
I'll-
down
Hilda.
Hilda, thank you.
5 hit points.
You're down by 5. Well, you're back, baby.
Those temporary hit points really help.
Yeah.
Wait, were they temp hit points or?
I lost 6 temporary hit points before I took the other 5 damage from the
Oh, okay.
11
Then yeah. Okay.
Awesome. So everybody's feeling great.
I am gonna use bonus action to do my.
Yes, you got it. Recovering points there. Pixie, you're up.
I need both of them remaining to please make a wisdom save.
Absolutely. 11 minus 1 for the blade dancer on
Failed.
a 10. And the other guy fails as well.
Yes! Good.
Nice.
I get to use, and this is literally the word it says, so I appreciate it. With command, grovel. The target falls prone and ends its turn. Which
Okay.
means, hey, everyone's at advantage, fucking wail on them. Ugh,
Okay.
Just grovel.
I believe that has to be done on their action, but yes, they will do that.
Yep. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. And since I cast it at level 2, I was able to get both of them.
There you go.
That's it. That is my turn.
Nicely done. Hilda.
So they're not prone yet, but they will be soon.
Hilda gets to attack twice because he's frightened of her.
That's right.
But I'm pretty sure a 10 doesn't hit, but a 21 should.
Absolutely. 21 will hit. Yeah, on its
Okay.
next turn. Okay.
So there are 5 regular. It's 5 regular damage, and 2 psychic damage.
5
7 total.
regular and 2 psychic against the blade dancer is
Since we're up against the psychic creature, I thought it might be good to differentiate that.
absolutely. On the blade dancer, he just hurts. You got him. The guy that's scared of you just keeps hurting. He does still have hit points though, so please continue.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You told me the 2 attacks. Awesome. So yeah, he's definitely bloodied. He's out there. He's not feeling great though. After
Should be next round, I believe.
new round, yeah, that's what it is. There we go. It's a joker. That's not gonna go in there. 9. Bad guys are on a 9. I think Hilda's gonna go back to back here.
Definitely not using that advantage that Pixie tried to give me.
It's legitimately, though, like, they're going so much later in the game that it doesn't fucking matter. They're just like, they may be dead before they get to do the command.
Everything Cosmo does, it's just like, it's fine.
The whole game, the whole goddamn campaign so far, she is just almost useful and then not, and it's fine.
What you got, Hilda? Muted.
Can't hear you, but it looks exciting.
15 on my first attack.
Great.
Does that hit?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to give you the damage for that, and then I'll tell you what I rolled on my second one.
Okay, sounds good.
Seven regular and 2 psychic.
7 regular and 2 psychic, 9 points of damage. All right, Blade Dancer is still up.
But I got a 1.
Oh.
I crit failed. There is a chart out there if you want me to pull it up, but
Not right now. Not today. Not for that. I appreciate
That's
it.
how we die.
Okay. After Jen, I believe it is Norda. Yeah.
I never hit enter. I typed it all out. I had it there. I didn't hit send.
I'm waiting.
All good. Porthos.
Still hitting him.
Do it.
$22 and 20.
Both hit.
18 points of slashing damage.
And the Painmonger falls to the ground. There is still the Blade Dancer.
I will use my bonus action and
Yep.
mark him.
Okay. Sounds good. Cosmo.
I'm just going to attempt to
Wait.
shoot. Oh, go.
I can. Sorry, I'm gonna move in
Take
the
it.
melee range of him as well now. So I'm right up on him. Can't do anything to him, but I'm there now.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. Go for it, Cosmo.
That's a. How's my plus? 15 to hit.
That does hit.
And that's God. Okay. 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
That is more than enough.
Thank fucking God.
That is it for the Painmonger and the Blade Dancer of the Fallen. As you guys hear the body hit the floor, absolutely. There we go. Nicely done, everybody. As you hear the body hit the floor, Hilda, you hear it first, but being so close to everybody else, the rest of you start to hear something as well. You all hear, "It was a moment of celebration. Unfortunately for Hilda, at that very moment, she didn't know what was skittering towards her." And that is where we are going to end our adventure for
I need
tonight.
to know, is it
It's illegal.
is it Stephen Fry a la Hitchhiker's Guide, or is it Emma Thompson a la Harold Crick and Stranger Than Fiction? What narrator voice are we hearing? That's a very important vibe differentiation.
Both?
Oh fuck, I hate that. Excellent. Worse.
I don't know.
No.
I'll figure it out. Go ahead, Hilda.
this just for my personal ability to deal with this next week. Is it spiders? So I'm
No.
prepared.
No.
Okay.
It's not a spider. It's a creature from I don't
Black
mind telling you
Lagoon.
guys.
Sorry.
Yes, Black Lagoon.
It was easy. It was right there.
Absolutely. So what is this one? Beneath the Monolith? No. Beasts of Flesh and Steel, which is part of a
Andrew, put that away
supplement
right now.
from oh no, Monty Cook Games. It is called a chronal feeder. It looks like a grasshopper centipede thing. That's purple.
That's I can deal with that. I could just.
I understand. Yep. Yep.
Absolutely not.
If they need to be beach balls, they can be beach balls. I can make beach balls terrifying as well.
Worse, weirdly, keep it a monster. Please keep it a monster. That's
Okay.
not a thing that I use.
All right. All right.
Like I just wanted to be mentally prepared for it for next week because that's important.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's like Meg fighting Cthulhu. She gotta know. Like, gotta know it's coming.
you got to have some prep time for that, for sure.
God damn it, Andrew. Yeah, Andrew was fucking prepared. Like,
For the monkeys.
he
wanted the
warned us.
monkeys.
He warned
came
us.
ready
Only for
for
the
the
monkeys. Save those for when we go back to deal with that later.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm so prepared. We're back to the original though.
Well, my friends, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We are going to say goodnight. Are we doing a raid?
Yep, already set up, already ready to go.
Awesome. Well, then we will see you all next time. But until then, be cool.